All right, Cold Blood. What do you want to give that intro again?
Sure. Welcome everybody to the Whole Slate podcast.
And maybe that was a sign that maybe I was revealing a little bit too much. What's up, everybody? It's MM2K. It's Cold Blood Sensei. Yeah. But I see what I see. No, I don't see what I did. Okay. It's Cold Blood Sensei. It's MM2K. We are here for another NRO mic check. Thank you everybody for joining us. If you, I mean, this is my responsibility, but if you see us talking on the side next time, you know, somebody throw in the chat, hey, I don't hear nothing. That'd be cool. I had a whole rant that I was going through. But thank you guys for coming. We're going to talk about this whole thing with Phil Spencer, what he has to say on Monday, because, or next week, because there's a lot of implications on that. I want to say before we get into all what we're going to talk about today, because Cold Blood joked about the whole slate. There seems to be some topsy-turvy stuff that's going to happen in regards to that. Like it may not be the whole slate, whatever. I'm just going to only address what's public because information was leaked that had, I think it's fair to assess that regardless of what's mentioned on next week, that it's fair to assess that the conversation piece that's being reported, the discussions behind possibly doing this stuff, is true. Not saying that the stuff is going to happen or when it's going to even if it, you know, but I think the conversations behind it were at least true. And if the conversations were true and it was a group of people that decided this is what we want to do in the long run, and then that got thwarted because all this stuff hit the internet, and now the internet is like, yo, this is crazy. Oh, I'm selling my Xbox now. And then that's going to hit news cycles, and that's going to make Microsoft look bad as a whole and affect the stock price. That is going to make Satya and Amy Hood probably say, you know what? If we do want to move forward with this, let's not do it now. Let's wait till this dies down. If that is the case, then that has financial implications because deals were about to get marked and signed up. And that's just a very serious matter. So Microsoft is serious about finding out who's responsible and who's associated to whoever's responsible. I'm only going to address what's public. I've had a bunch of conversations at different wings with people that are connected in regards to this information. I'm only addressing what's public. Word to the wise. If you get some behind the scenes information, check your emotions. Do not implicate, oh yeah, I'm getting this live on the air. That just puts a pin on the picture of your face and puts you on the billboard when they go to research this. This is serious. This is Fortune 500 stuff. I know Geek to Sneak was joking. That's an inside joke that we have. We always laugh at. But on the serious side of that, leaks like this and the investigations behind them are serious. As someone who is responsible for such, you would be surprised the tools that these Fortune 500 companies have to find shit and the legality behind what they're allowed to find, you would be surprised. You would be surprised to know that programs and applications and search tools that the FBI used is in their hands now. They're going to get to the bottom of this. So if you're on the receiving end of any of this information, like to quote the great Elmer Fudd, be very careful. That's what
they just paid Jazz.
yeah. You're seeing some of his comments.
What?
I said you said some of Jazz's comments.
No, they just paid Jazz to tell them who the fuck leaked that.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
All. Oh, that's the FBI tool, the money,
Oh, yeah. I don't think people understand how deep this. Let me give you without saying too much about what I do. On behalf of a client, there was this person that the client needed to find. And we were like the third party distributor between this person and our client. And it was a very legal financial situation that required that they needed to find where this person was at so they can serve them and do some lawsuit type of stuff. And because we were involved, because we were in the, distributing, they came to us for help. This person had tried to go off the grid. And we said, we can find them. And I bullshit you not. I'm not going to name the city, the place. We found this mofo under a bridge. We found him under a bridge. Mofo had went straight homeless, moved into a homeless shelter, moved to a different state, different city. And when he was finally found and served, they found him under a bridge based off the type of tools that these Fortune 500 companies have. That's just one instance that I know of personally. They will find you if they want to. Be very careful. I'm telling you. So that's where the business acumen comes in. That's kind of associated to what we're going to be talking about today, because you got a lot of gamers or quote unquote content creators that are talking about this and why this is happening, and they was selling you a bunch of false hope, and now y'all in an uproar, and that's because they didn't know what they were talking about. There was one content creator, Cold Blood, that said that Porter-Rock didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't understand how the gaming industry worked. But based on all these rumors and all these discussions and the things that we found out, that regardless of what Xbox is going to do, the things that we found out that are true, that are irrevocable, that will never be changed. We now know definitively that Game Pass is not sustainable. We know that they are way more concerned about the console sales that they've said publicly. Regardless of what they say, this is what we're going to pursue now versus what they do in the future. Those are facts that we know that are not irreversible. Porter-Rock was telling you that. I was telling you that. Z was telling you that. The content creator that said Porter-Rock didn't know what he was talking about was telling you the opposite. So it just goes to show you. I looked at that last night and I shook my head and I said, so many people just don't understand how this works, and they are really messing up. So, hold on, what's going on here? Something is real weird with my, okay. He says, bro, we are waiting for you to talk. Y'all can't hear me now? Can you check the stream Cold Blood and see if they can hear? Let me see. I'll check it too. Okay. All right. No, it's working. Okay. So y'all can't hear us now. Okay.
You sure?
Yeah. I guess he said that a while ago, or maybe I didn't get that until later. All right.
I can hear shit.
We are live. Come on. Audio issues fixed. Join us. Okay. All right. So, let's go straight to the story. I said enough. It says Microsoft to share details on bringing Xbox games to PlayStation next week. Microsoft has news to share about the future of Xbox in an event next week. Microsoft is planning to share details about its plans to bring Hi-Fi Rush and other Xbox exclusives to PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch consoles, according to sources familiar with Microsoft's plans. Details of Microsoft's multi-platform plans have been gradually leaking, with The Verge revealing over the weekend that the upcoming Indiana Jones game is being considered for PlayStation 5. Now Microsoft is getting ready to outline the future of Xbox next week after a weekend of leaks and uncertainty for Xbox fans. We're listening and we hear you, says Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer in a post on X. We've been planning a business update event for next week. We're looking forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned. I want to click on this because there's a very comical response to this. Hold on. If I can find it, please tell me it's here. Jesus. It won't be. Why ain't the response up here? Oh man, I can't find it. It's from J-Dub. But why wouldn't you? This is why I hate Twitter and I hate its algorithm. It doesn't make any sense. If I'm following J-Dub, why wouldn't it? And his response got the most replies. Why wouldn't it? Okay, here we go. Here it goes. His response got the most replies. Why wouldn't it put it up top? That's stupid. All right. In response, J-Dub says to Phil in his trolling ways. He says, "We love you, Phil. Discard what the Xbox fans desire and focus solely on PlayStation. Satya and Tim believes in you. I believe in you. PlayStation Nation believes in you. Bring those Xbox games to PlayStation, Nintendo. It makes great business sense. Tell Xbox gamers to kick rocks." Here goes the little GIF or whatever that he's playing under it.
We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway.
I swear this dude finds the craziest. He finds the craziest clips to play, man. I don't know where he finds this stuff at, but yeah, that's from J-Dub. So yeah, that's the story. Shout out Paul Game. I see you. What's up, brother? Good. Thank you for joining us. Here's what I had to say, and just to show you that I'm not piggybacking. Well, I'm not piggybacking off anybody. This is my own individual tweet that I sent at 4:29 this morning. I said only one sentiment I totally agree with is that this is all speculation and rumor at the moment. Even though I forecast many of the concerns amongst these speculations are inevitable, it's not etched in stone, meaning there's still discussions being made. There's not a hard line date to everything yet. So, who knows? Things could change. I think it's fine to have conversation so long as that's underscored. That's why yesterday is, even though we had a fierce message, we prefaced everything with allegedly, supposedly, if these rumors are true, right? And I said, I believe that these rumors are true, and I believe that there's an 80-20% chance that they're going to move forward with these. Well, it seems like that it's possible that the 20% might prevail to where a lot of this stuff that we heard may not happen. Like they may be backtracking on some of these things that we've heard. Now, some of the things that we may have heard may have just been over the top. I am resigned to believe, Cold Blood, that the Indiana Jones story is true, that the Starfield thing is true, and that the conversations around slating other other Xbox games are true. Anything else that we may have heard, I just don't know. I find it very hard for The Verge and other sources who are very pro Xbox to go out and slander, quote unquote, Xbox without having all their ducks in a row. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time a journalist done that, but because they're so pro Xbox, the publications that reported on this, I highly doubt they would have done that without some conclusive evidence on their behalf. So that's what I said about the speculation. However, I followed up with, regardless of next week, things will never be the same. I want to double score and underscore that. Things will never be the same. The fan base will never be as trustworthy of Xbox in totality, and content creators will be held more accountable. Best case scenario, in my opinion, is a full sustained backtrack. Like they don't plan to put all this shit on PlayStation. They don't plan to go fully third party. In combination with the above, gaming needs competition, still sharpens steel. So what I mean by that is, look, I still have my problems with Xbox. I still have issues with the ABK deal. I still have issues with their trajectory. But as Cold Blood and I had mentioned yesterday, and I don't know how you feel about that, Cold Blood, I don't want Microsoft to totally bow out. Like, I want them to try to stay in this. I mean, what do you think?
I want them gone from consoles. But I don't want the shit on PlayStation 2. I want them to be a PC exclusive publisher.
Oh, okay. Now, why do you particularly not looking forward to their games being on PlayStation?
Because nobody gives a shit about it.
Or you don't want it.
We all laugh at these bots, but we don't give a shit about those games coming to PlayStation.
Yeah. I mean,
if we did, we would have a goddamn Xbox already.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Yeah, I don't think necessarily. Yeah, because if these games aren't coming to Game Pass, I don't know if they're necessarily going to do much. But like Hi-Fi Rush may do good. I think anybody that wanted to play Starfield found a way to play it. And then now that it's gotten a lukewarm reception, I don't know if it does well. And PlayStation gamers, they tend to have a tendency that when a game is like when it's a timed exclusive on Xbox and then it comes to PlayStation, they have a tendency of not really like really not hopping on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we don't want your scraps. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if the plan is even worth it. It's not just, to follow up on what Cold Blood is saying. I don't necessarily think that these games are of high value. But I at least want them still in the arena trying, hopefully, trying to get better, hopefully. So, shout out to the chat. We got Paul Game in the chat. Oh, Geek to Sneak says, bro, we were waiting for you to talk. Geek, yeah, if you see the audio visualizer bouncing and you see us on the side, like, yeah, that means we're talking, but something's muted. I hit the wrong thing. Like I thought I hit the mic, but I don't know what I hit. And
always check before you start the stream.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, it's time to go hit something. I don't know what happened. To be honest with you, I found it odd, but I don't know. You know, it's on me. He says, what does Microsoft staying do? Here's my hope. At this point,
not much.
Yeah, at this moment, not much. Here's what I hope happens, Paul G. I hope that, because Satya wants his money. I never really thought that the problem all the way, or the worst problem, was Satya. Satya is problematic because he doesn't care about the culture of gaming. He just cares about the culture of making money. Unlike the people at Sony, unlike the people at Nintendo, to where gaming and the culture behind it is job number one. That's why their content is more acclaimed, because they get it, they understand it. Satya doesn't care. And then Phil does care, but Phil doesn't have an eye for quality. And I think Phil's untethered eye for quality is the real problem. My hope is that someday Phil says, he's like, I'm sick of this shit. And he goes. And somebody more competent comes in with a more keen eye towards quality. And that influence trickles down to these studios and better games are made. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you have someone who looked at Crackdown, who looked at Bleeding Edge, and who looked at Redfall and told the public, oh yeah, these are awesome games. We looked at them, and I looked at them personally. And I said, let's put these to market. Versus a Yoshida who said to Cory Barlog, who looked at God of War as it was before it was the God of War that 2018, and said, no, you have to go back to the drawing board. This has to get better. Xbox needs its Yoshida. And they don't have anyone there. I don't have any confidence in Matt Booty. Sarah Bond, I think she's fine at her position because she's, she's a pleasant personality. And I think from a business perspective, she'll do well for the platform behind the scenes. She's not responsible for the games either. That's Matt Booty's job. So I don't have a problem with Sarah Bond, whether she's a gamer or not, or has that gamer IQ or what. She doesn't need that for what she's doing, because the role regarding the games have been stripped from her. And they've been given to Matt. I don't have any confidence in Phil Spencer. I don't have any confidence in Matt. So the hope is, like, not right now, Paul G, but if something happens down the road and those guys are replaced and somebody else with a better eye towards quality comes in, holy shit. I mean, think about it. With the development talent there, they got fucking Activision, they got Bethesda there, they got all these studios there. Obsidian. Like, if there's someone that really can, I hate to use the term, but that can crack the whip gingerly, or just, that has like a stern, shrewd, keen eye on quality that can influence these studios and inspire these studios to put out better shit. I'm all for it, and Microsoft could be dangerous in gaming for us hardcore gamers and the consumers. They can become relevant in the sense that they they truly mean something in the accolades discussions and in the, I got to get into that ecosystem discussion. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen now, not under Phil. But yeah, if you guys missed, because we were kind of muted and then you guys probably left and now I see people rolling back in. Thank you very much for your patience. If you missed what I said earlier, we're only going to address what's public. I've had a lot of conversations last night, kept me up for a couple hours because my phone was just ringing, dinging, and I couldn't go to sleep. And my wife was like, what is going on? And I literally had to leave our bedroom and go downstairs and just go through the stuff. Yeah, there's based upon the reason why I'm addressing only the public stuff and not this stuff that I've had behind the scenes is because I think it's fair to say that this was being assessed and this is a direction that they were looking to pull the trigger on quicker, and they may have to backtrack on that. Not all the way. They may have to backtrack on that for the time being. And that has financial risk. That's going to affect revenue that you're going to be able to report in a certain quarter. Like if Amy, Hood, and Satya sat down and said, okay, we plan to have Starfield on PlayStation 5 by Q4 2024, and that's going to help us generate X amount of revenue that we can report during this period, and that's going to affect it. Hopefully that'll affect the stock in this way. And now you got to admonish that has financial impact. This stuff is serious. Some of this is reportable, borderline reportable to the SEC. Like this stuff y'all not understanding how business works. That's why I find it funny that the content creator actually said on air that Porter Rock doesn't understand how gaming business works. Meanwhile, an avenue that was connected to the source contacted them and they mentioned that live on, they didn't mention that, but they referenced to that live on air. Like this is borderline SEC. We got to look into this stuff because it's going to have financial impact type stuff. It has to be a defined dollar amount and there has to be a defined pathway. So I'm not saying you can just call up the SEC and say, but trust me, as someone who's dealt with the SEC because someone called them up and was able to connect those dots and then try to sick the SEC on us, you never know. So with that being said, there's a lot of people that are talking that don't know what they're talking about. So I'm just being careful. I've advised people close to what we do to be careful. We're just going to talk about what's public. And that's why I think you see sources like The Verge being careful. So, because they know stuff as well. If I know it, I'm sure that they know it. And they're just speaking publicly to the rumors that are already spread everywhere. I will just say that it's the only thing that I will say is that it's fair to assess because it's been made publicly by people like Jazz and so forth that it looks like that they're gonna backtrack on whatever the rumored plans were, the actual rumored plans were. They're gonna backtrack on that, and they're going to pursue it maybe later, not at all. We don't know. I will say this though. Yeah, the gaming discussions will never be the same, and because they'll never be the same, I hope the Xbox community is wiser when you're listening to these content creators. They can't tell you that there's going to be 40 to 50 frame deltas anymore, and there'll be no repercussions. There'll be no hits to the reputation. They can't sit there and tell you Game Pass is unsustainable, but when you crunch the numbers, they're not sustainable. I watched a podcast last night, Cold Blood. I don't know if you got to see it. I thought it was very interesting between Porter Rock and Alex. I didn't see all of it, where Porter Rock was doing a podcast and Alex, oh no, it's Alex, hopped on and they found out that they actually had some things in common. So they were shooting the shit. You know what I'm saying? And Alex admitted,
they were shooting the white stuff. No. That's the only thing they've been shooting.
Did you see?
That was so fucking gay, bro.
Did you so you saw it?
Yes.
Alex admitted that he was wrong on stuff. He said
he's always wrong.
Well,
he's always wrong, bro. As long as he is not retracting his shit about piracy, is okay. He's always wrong.
Alex has an audience. Here's what Alex does. Alex will go to because numbskulls like my son were in love with Alex because they were PC people, and PC people, they want a lot of games, and Xbox was just throwing games at them, and it's not really about the quality. You're giving me a bunch of shit. But I can do my FOV slider on and all this shit, right? My son's one of them. And he was falling for the rhetoric. And there's a bunch of mustard stain, bucktooth, cabbage smelling nerds sitting on their grandmama's couch in the basement with the jar of Vaseline and pictures of what's her name? Old school pictures of Angelina Jolie and shit on their computer. There's a bunch of them that feed into this shit, and Alex said, "Damn, y'all were marketable as hell." I wouldn't do that, but that's what he's doing. And sometimes you gotta look. Sometimes the consumer has to look at themselves. Like, I can get mad at Colt. I can say Alex is, is placating to an audience. I can say that all I want, but there's got to be some point in time where we as a consumer got to do more than want to just belong versus being informed, right? Like, if you just double check the shit yourself instead of just pressing play on the video and pledging allegiance, because I know, because my son was one of them, pledging allegiance to it, until I had to show him some shit and like, dude, like, snap out, wake the fuck up. And he's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just legions and legions of gamers that are like that, dude, that will always be deceptible, and they don't care. They don't care if it's right or wrong anyway. They're always going to follow that. So, yeah, but when you pull other people into it and you make videos with other people, if they come back, like if Porter Rock does the dunk, you can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? But I just found that back and forth was interesting for that slice. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw enough. Yeah, they were chumming it up. But yeah. I just hope that from now on, my concern isn't that bucktooth nerd that's sitting in that just wants to belong, so they're willing to believe any lie. Like, they psychologically need some intervention. There's nothing that I can do about them. I'm concerned with the gamer who's looking for information to decide on where they're going to go and what they're going to buy, and they may come across that shit and take it as gospel because there's fucking 500,000 followers and there's 7,000 people in the live stream, and people are like, yo, okay, this dude might know his shit. It's kind of like Linus Tech Tips when people were going at him. They were mad because they're like, you guys are supposed to be the pinnacle of like technical reviews, and it finds out that y'all just are rushing shit and making shit up. I'm concerned about not the flunkies, not the groupies, but I'm concerned about the consumers. And hopefully now the consumers will start holding these content creators more accountable. because they be doubling down on shit and saying shit and proclaiming shit that isn't true. That's crazy. And they'll go do whole ass videos about why other people are wrong. Like, I find it crazy that as a content creator, I'm going to call Porter Rock out and say, Porter Rock is wrong. He doesn't understand gaming business. But I go live on air. I'm referencing information from highly sought after corners of the interweb, and I'm making references to those live on air. But Porter Rock doesn't understand business. Like I said, with the tools that are available now, and I think it's definitely fair to say that the company I work for, Microsoft, is way richer and way more resourced than them. So if I got access to shit like that, I can imagine what they got access to. We found someone under a bridge.
At least that's the easiest way to do it. The reason for this is we're separating our...
We found someone under a bridge. You tell me. Who tried to go off the grid? We found them under a bridge. Mark Shorthouse said, yes, Xbox going third party. Paul Gabe says, oh, not me. I have Selma Hayek on my computer. He says, Paul Gabe, you talking about MM2K? Who? Oh, the real Levon Case is in the house. What's going on, brother? Paul Gabe says, Cole Eastwood said a rumor is that 2 new Xbox in 2026 with a powerful one. That's possible. That's possible. I don't doubt that. I don't know. We'll see where that goes.
Sorry, me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Silverback says, Fire Phil.
Okay, and who else is going to replace him?
I mean, there's a thousand more. Who? Mike.
No, I just want to know who would be a capable person to replace him.
Oh shit, Mike Ybarra. But he'd have to give his money back.
Mike right now is in the unemployment line, bro.
Yeah, Mike is he's in the islands, man. He's in the islands surfing and shit. Playing some Diablo on the side. There's a bunch of people. Shit. I would like to. What was Jack Trenton and shit? bring Jack Trenton in the fold. Like Peter Moore, bring him back. But Peter Moore, when I hear him relish and embellish on what he did in the past and his appetite for doing it now at that scale, he would never do it. Him and Satya would not get along because Satya doesn't understand the gaming culture where Bill Gates actually went in and sat amongst gamers, tried to get better acclimated to the gaming culture. When Microsoft went serious with gaming, like he took it seriously. And that's why Peter Moore wanted to work, with at Microsoft. I don't think him and Satya will get along.
Computer audio from our communication audio. So that means apps like
Peter Moore is just too hardcore for Satya. He needs somebody like Phil that he can, can be his whipping post when they don't make enough money.
Discord or communication apps will play through the voice meter aux input, and that means other apps like video games will play through the voice meter input. To make things easier,
yeah, your audio was coming through. It says bring back Bobby Kotick. Since people are already feeling touched.
Wait. What audio?
Yeah, whatever you were listening to.
Oh, yes. How did I do that?
It was coming through. Feel this part.
Sorry.
That's right.
Sorry, bro.
Levon Casey said, what if Xbox allows the next gen system to run on Windows? I mean, they've tried to integrate that several times. I don't know. I mean, that probably wouldn't be a bad play. That would just make it a PC box, but then it would be moddable and hackable. I don't know. If they made another proprietary software, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Xbox is running off of some type of console version of Windows anyway. But if they were to like furthermore connect it to Windows, I imagine, and just did like a Steam Deck type of thing or Steam, you know, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. But them having some Steam Deck type of portable device is what's being rumored right now. Paul Game says the so-called content creators only care about money. Look at Marlon, No Gaming Nation, and Foxy Fraud UK. I don't think Foxy played games before PlayStation 4. Paul Game says Phil is part of the problem, but it's the culture of Microsoft as a whole and not just the gaming division. Also, too, while I got you guys and gals here, if you would be so opine, we can't do it today because Cold Blood's gonna have to go in a little bit, but we're gonna be playing Foam Stars. I got lucked out. The gaming gods were looking out for me because Foam Stars is not even in my store. I swear to God, swear to goodness, it's not in my store right now. So I can't even download it. So even though I have PlayStation Plus, and I have PlayStation Plus Premium.
Also, it should be out now.
Oh, it should be? Let me check.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. You got 11 here and only 6. Nah, that don't go. Hit the like button.
Well, we're gonna see.
Hit the like button for Foam Stars. We're gonna make Mouse play Foam Stars.
Now we are gonna heavily push it. I made that promise. Y'all hear my PlayStation turning on. Y'all should hear it in the background. If y'all can hear it over the music. All right, let me now look for Foam Stars. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There she goes. There's add to library.
You Americans get those games later than we do.
But see, somebody was like last night on the West Coast. Like I thought it was Jay Wags. We got to get Jay Wags on the show too. I'm gonna reach out to Jay Wags. I would love to have him on the show. Like the two of you on the same podcast would be fucking hilarious. Jay Wags was saying that he was playing Foam Stars last night, and me and Jay Wags were in the same city. Like we are literally, Jay Wags lives fucking 15 minutes away from me. If my information is correct. There we go.
Y'all doxed each other.
Yeah, no, he's Jay Wags. Me and him was supposed to meet up and have some beers when I was still working downtown on site, and it just never happened. Because I trust him, because he gets it, like the whole legal reason, and he knows who I work for. He knows how. He knows like they're big in our city, so. Because they're just big globally. So he knows who I work for and the importance of not doxing me.
I know that too. You're customer service at Walmart.
Or no, the funniest thing is, let me tell you guys a story real quick and I'm gonna get back on topic. The funniest thing is that I used to, when remote access first started years ago, like this was, I want to say about 10 years ago, my favorite place this is when Starbucks was really starting to get big and popular and shit. So I would go, and they wanted some of us managers, because Starbucks was right across the street from my place of employment. So they actually wanted some of us managers, when remote access was out, to actually not come into the office, like to try it and test out its sustainability. So I was like, no, I'm gonna come in the office. I'm gonna be there, so because I always had to be on site to take care of shit, even though I was supposed to be part of this testing. I said, I'm gonna be there, but I'm not gonna be like in the office all the time. I'm going to be at Starbucks, right? I said, I'm gonna test this out on Starbucks. And it's tested out on their Wi-Fi. And they were like, okay, because we had like a VPN set up and shit was supposed to be secure or whatever. And I was close enough. Well, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't testing it on Starbucks Wi-Fi. I was so close to the job that I was able to still connect to even though I was sitting in Starbucks. So I had made a joke on my Facebook account, and it might still even be there, that I work at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? So I was going back and forth one day with Black Bond from Whoopin' the Will podcast about some shit. And don't you know, these motherfuckers was like, oh, you sitting there talking all this shit about business. Here you work at Starbucks, right? I was like, you dummies. Because it was a run, but of course, if you don't know me or know where I work, you wouldn't know the running joke, because I would be sitting in Starbucks with my laptop, and the bartistas used to walk up to me and was like, you fucking work here. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, I was like, that's cute. Let me put that as my tagline on my Facebook page. And I put, yeah, MM2K. I work at Starbucks. Black Ball thought he had some. Oh, they ran wild with that shit. But yeah, no. J-Wags he knows where I work, and he knows how severe they are with it. And then J-Wag does a lot of legal shit. He does a lot of legal work. So me and him was supposed to meet up for beers and shit, and it just never happened. But yeah, me and him had talked a few months ago, because he was getting back into content creation, and he was like, where are you at? And I'm like, I'm in this area. And he's like, dude, that's like 15 minutes away from me. So I've always told him, I said, let's meet up, whatever. But he'd be so busy that it's hard for me to hook up with him. But I want to at least get him on a fucking podcast, even though we're 15 minutes away. If me and you can't meet up, at least me and you can get on a podcast. Shit, we'll see. Paul Game says Colt Eastwood said a rumor. Oh no, I already read that one. Oh, not me. I have Selma Hayek. I read that one. The so-called content creators read that one. Phil is part of the problem. Bring back Bobby Kotick. Have you tried the new Division 2 update? No, Silverback, I haven't tried it yet. Paul Game, MM2K is about to foam. Pause. I should show y'all this fucking GIF that Cold Blood sent me. He's a sick puppy. All right. Jay Kadesh Turner, he says, I don't care about this stuff because I play games on PlayStation and Xbox. Jay Kadesh, that's a very interesting point. I'm glad you brought that up. And I don't want to doubt what you're saying, or I don't want to, doubt your test case, your scenario. Yes, I completely understand. And there's a lot of, and look, I'm a cloud gamer, Jay Kadesh. Welcome to the channel. I'm a cloud gamer. And you know what, before I answer your question, yes, Paul G, we're going to do foam stars, because I'm obligated to do foam stars, because if I don't play foam stars, y'all, this damn community, you sick community, along with Sean the gamer, and along with Cold Blood, said that Cold Blood will not be allowed to play any co-op games with me ever again. And if you saw our Remnant 2 stream, we'll definitely check it out on MM2K Gaming streams, where me and Cold Blood beat it beginning to end. Like, I needed that dude. Like, I'd still be in the first fucking area if so I want to do Helldivers. I want to play Helldivers with Cold Blood, and then Porter Rock said he's getting Helldivers too. We could get him in our squad or whatever, and whoever else wants to play. But Cold Blood said, nope, I'm not playing any games with you. until you test your manhood and you play Foam Stars. So we're going to be playing Foam Stars. But after I do my obligation of Foam Stars, which that will be a hilarious stream because I'm going to be very angry and agitated, we want to play Helldivers. But the thing is that this stuff ain't cheap. So if you guys want to opine and want to help out a small content creator or a small crew, you know, anything that you would like to put forth towards that effort, we would really appreciate it. Just check out as the bot puts out the links to the CashApp, PayPal, and all other stuff. Any support goes a long way. We really appreciate it. So I just wanted to throw that out there that time. All right, now back to what Jay Kadesh was saying. Oh, here we go. Sean L with his sick shit. Oh no, Silverback says get foaming. Sean L, did you buy it or pay PlayStation Plus? I got it on I got PlayStation Plus Premium. So that's how I'm gonna play it. Ron Slusher, a Cold Blood, our brother Ron is back, man. He ain't mad at us no more. Ron says Xbox games are already on PlayStation 5 though. Yeah, that is true, but not the pillar games, not Starfield, not Halo, not Gears, not Indiana Jones come in, and like particularly the Bethesda games that are not legacy Bethesda games. You know what I mean? Since the acquisition.
What about Blade?
What'd you say?
What about Blade?
Oh yeah, and Blade. Ron Slusher says PlayStation to complete with itself, kind of like WWF. PlayStation doesn't need to be innovative and creative now. Silverback says Foam M2K. Y'all sick puppies. No. Well, hold on to that thought, Ron Slusher, because I want to address that, and I want to address what Jay Kadesh Turner says, which is a very great point. Both great points. So what I often hear is this shouldn't matter to gamers, because even if these games are going to PlayStation, these are coming day and date to Game Pass, and Game Pass is exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. So even if the PlayStation people do get it day one, even if the PlayStation people do get it, right now they're not getting it day one. And even if there is a time where they get these games day one, the whole slate, they're dropping day and date in Game Pass. So let me say this. Two reasons why that argument, even though it's important to the small subsect that even knows what this show is, that knows who these content creators are and stuff like that, why that argument only lays true to them. Here's why. And I thought that same way too. I said, I really don't think that Xbox people should be mad. Microsoft has to make their money, and it's coming day and date to Game Pass. But here's the reality of it. Number one, all Xbox gamers don't have Game Pass. Or Xbox, let's keep this to the console gamers. And again, if you're a cloud gamer or if you're a PC gamer, you got to get outside of your own box and you got to think of the console gamer. If I only and primarily game on console because that's the only feasible way that I can play, I get PC gamers, I get that the best experience is on PC. Cloud gamers, I get that we love the cloud gaming experience because it's so convenient. But if I'm a console gamer, when I look at PC, too complicated, too expensive. When I look at cloud, particularly xCloud, it's not performative enough. And I want to be able to play my third-party games on this box. I can't play my third-party games on xCloud. xCloud underperforms in multiple ways. It underperforms in fidelity that I can't, it doesn't match the fidelity of the box. And number two, it underperforms in what I have access to, the games that I buy. Everything I play on my Xbox isn't made by Xbox. So with that being said, everybody doesn't have Game Pass. Like if my numbers are right, it was rumored that Game Pass is around 33 million. Also, if the rumors are correct, the majority of those people are on PC. So that would, I think the numbers state that it's like 60%. Let me look that up real quick. How many PC Game Pass subscribers? See what pops up. It says as of September, Game Pass has an estimated 30 million subscribers. I'm trying to find out how many PC Game Pass. Because I think the numbers has said that most of them, like 60%, were on PC. And that's why Microsoft said that they see growth on the PC side. So, okay, so now it says that it's rumored, or that there's reports that it's over 30 million, right? So now I'm going to ask how many Xbox Series have been sold. I think it's like 25 million. Okay, I'm seeing 21 million. This is as an it says, okay, Microsoft. So I think it's 25 million. I think it's 25 million Xbox Series. So if the numbers are right, to where 60% of the 30 million, let's do the math. If 60% of the 30 million have, or of the of the Xbox Game Pass people are on PC, that means that 18 million of that 30 million are on PC. Only 12 million are on Xbox. Remember, that would be 12 million between both Xbox One and Xbox Series consoles, meaning that not even half of the Xbox Series console owners have Game Pass. So when we talk about, oh, it's coming to Game Pass Day, and everybody doesn't value Game Pass. That's why I personally argue against using the word value instead of bargain when you talk about Game Pass. If something is a value, it's valuable to you. If something is valuable to you, you obtain it. How can you say Game Pass is a value for the average Xbox gamer when the average Xbox gamer does not have Game Pass? Now, if the numbers are wrong, provide the links or whatever. All of this is speculative because Xbox doesn't release the numbers. These are the numbers that we have access to publicly. So based off the numbers that we have and the estimates that we have access to publicly, it's easy to calculate that not even half of the current Xbox One or Xbox Series console owners, let alone Xbox Series and Xbox One people, now that we're in like the fourth year of the console generation, this is normally when the casuals tend to start buying the new consoles. It doesn't matter if these games are coming day and date to Game Pass to them because they don't have Game Pass. Game Pass is not a value to them. They only want to play the games that they're interested in. They don't want a buffet of games. Again, I tried explaining this before. Gaming is different from music and TV, particularly TV. When it comes to TV, when I watched season 1 of Stranger Things, I've watched everything that happens. It's the same every time I turn it on. I may want to rerun it sometimes, but the average person watches season 1 and then wants to move on to season 2 to 3 because once you've seen season 1, you've seen it. So binging when it comes to movies and TV is more sensible. When it comes to games, you can just hunker down in a handful of games a year, as the average consumer does. It says that the average consumer picks up like 2 games a year. You can hunker down in a few games a year, and even though you're booting up the same game, if you're playing a game like Call of Duty or Fortnite or the game that you bastards are forcing me to play, Foam Stars, every time I boot it up, even though it's the same game, it's a dynamic, different experience. So therefore, I don't need to binge on a whole bunch of games if I like that game. I can play Division 2. What is my go-to game, y'all? What do y'all think I get the most hours in? A game from last gen. Why? Because I can boot it up, the same game, even though they've got new content that comes in here and there. I'm running through the same levels. I'm running with the same people. I'm using the same weapons. Why? Because the experience is dynamic. The enemies approach me differently. Sometimes, this time they flank me to the left opposed to the right. Now I got an upgrade for my gun. I can upgrade. It's dynamic in that sense. So binging a whole bunch of games doesn't make sense to the average gamer. Hence why the average gamer, Xbox gamer, and that does not even have Game Pass. So telling the average gamer that, oh, it's in Game Pass, don't you worry, it's coming to Game Pass first, that means nothing to them. We got to understand that.
Stop frauding, Moss.
What's that?
You got 500 hours in Peppa Pig, bro.
Oh, man, I didn't realize how popular that game was. That game is so popular, it's ridiculous.
I know, right?
Oh man, no shot. A lot of people are cooked if true. Let me see here. Wow, there's a lot of people serious about my tweet. Do you think they'll temporarily walk back plans? I think they'll announce a few third-party selections so as not to freak out. Let me put this on the screen. And another reason why I say that another reason why I say that when people say, oh, this doesn't matter, so leave it alone. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, so it shouldn't be a big deal to you. Again, I am talking about console gamers who are upset about this, who have console as their only means to interact with these games. A lot of these console gamers have to make a choice. It's not so easy peasy for them. Like, it's like, even if you prefer Xbox, you're still looking at PlayStation at times, and you know what's happening. You're like, damn. Unless you're like some serious diehard zealot that listens to Colt Eastwood and 40 frame deltas all day, you're looking over there every now and again and you're like, damn, I wish I could play that. But I'm invested over here because this is what I prefer. So again, we've already established that most, if not at least half, of the Xbox gamer does not have Game Pass, right? Combine that with I prefer Xbox, so I made a decision because I invested $500 in this box because this is the way I got to play this stuff. Imagine then finding out that shit is going over there now. If that shit is going over there now, then you're like, well, fuck. Why am I investing in this box where this box only has their games, but all these other boxes have their games and Xbox games? I might as well invest in their box and get access to more. Does it make sense? Even if you prefer Xbox games, even if you prefer those games, so therefore you purchase your Xbox. If Xbox is only getting their games and everybody else is getting their games and Xbox games, for those gamers that we calculated are likely at half or even more that don't have Game Pass, it's a no-brainer for them. That's why I had put out my tweet where I specifically outlined, I'm talking to people that are upset about this. I understand why you're upset. Your use case is not my use case, but I get why you're mad. If you fall into that bracket, which is a lot of gamers, you don't have Game Pass, so that doesn't mean nothing to you, and you're like, damn, I invested in this box because these are the games that I prefer. Not so necessarily that I didn't like their stuff over there, but I don't have disposable income. I don't have finite resources. I got to make a choice. Most gamers got to make a choice. People get older. Like the average game age is in the early 30s. It's like from 30 to 35. Did y'all know that? The average gamer is 30 to 35. That 30 to 35-year-olds have kids that, are going to school, might be getting ready for college. I had a friend of mine, I tell this story all the time, that at work, he was at a fucking higher level than me, but he lived out of state. He had to travel from one state to work with us, to come over and work with us because where he was at, his wife was the breadwinner, but they had so many expenses and so many kids they were putting through college that when I would be sitting there talking about games and shit like that, he would sit there and pick on me. Oh, you little fucking game nerd. You're gonna try to take the neighborhood money from the kids and beat them in Call of Duty. And he would say shit like that. But I always noticed that he would stay around for the conversation. Like, why, if gaming is such a nerd thing and it offends you or it irritates you, why are you staying around? He was always there for my gaming conversations that I would have in my little huddles at work or whatever and shit, right? Come to find out, I'm late. I'm at work late night, and when I was doing some nefarious shit, I had it was crazy. I had downloaded the the Prima guide for Fallout. For BioShock, some game, and I wanted the motherfucker in full color, right? So I was using our office computer printer. I'm printing this. Oh man, those Prima guides be like 200 pages. So I'm printing this shit out and doing all this shit, and he catches me. And I'm like, oh shit, what are you doing? I didn't think nobody was there. And he's like, dude, oh man, so we're joking and laughing about it. He's like, no, you're cool, man. He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I admire you, man. I'm glad that somebody gets to enjoy gaming at our age and shit like that, man. And me and him was sitting there talking. He was a big time gamer, had all the systems like how I did, and loved gaming and all other stuff. And I said, oh, it makes sense. He said, but I can't get into it now, dude, because I am so stressed financially, man. Like, he's like, the only gaming thing that's in my house is I was able to get one of my daughters a DS for Christmas. And I was like, fuck, that's bad. So I was swimming in gaming. I had bought, at the time, I wasn't fucking with PlayStation. I couldn't stay in the PlayStation 3. So my boys, I had bought them, they had each had their own PlayStation 3s because I didn't want them touching my Xbox. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to keep away from my Xbox. So I said, y'all have no excuse fucking with my Xbox. Here goes, you get a PlayStation, you get a PlayStation. And then I had like 4 Xbox 360s in the house. It was just crazy. I had one in the back room, one in the living room, one by a computer. I had one in the fucking bathroom. It was ridiculous. And I had them all over the place. I'd agree, out of craziness. And then one that was in the back room was the one that me and my brother would play on whenever he came from out of town. So I just took that one and I said, bro, you're just gonna have to start bringing your 360 up. And he's like, oh, not a problem. And I took that one and I took the one out of the bathroom and I gave them to him. And I gave him Fallout. I gave him a bunch of games. And like, there was like tears in his eyes. I could see him, and he was like, dude, thank you so much, and shit like that, right? Shit be real for people. So when you're in your 30s and 40s, man, you may want a game, and I get people are less fortunate than I am. Everybody's not as fortunate to game and do that shit. People have to make choices. See, the problem when we have these conversations, this is why I get agitated, because I'm a very thoughtful person. I think outside of my own situation, and I get angry when people don't do that. I get that this is a selfish hobby, but show some fucking compassion every now and again. Everybody isn't like you. Life is not a cookie cutter. Like life, somebody doesn't go through just making cookie cutter scenarios for everybody. Life is different for different people for various reasons. If we could all make it,
Okay, why the fuck are these people the majority on Twitter talking about games then?
What about them?
Why most of them talk about games then, if they don't have the fucking money for games?
Well, no, that's the thing.
Talk like they have something to say about the matter.
Well, I feel like some of those people, that's a great point. I feel like some of those people maybe don't have the means, but they're fucking lonely. Like that's a different scenario. Like there's people, those are the bucktooth nerds that I talked about, that they just cling on to a content creator, and even if the person is wrong, they'll defend them to the death, and they'll slurp them from the backside. You know what I'm saying? From behind, no matter what, because they want to belong to a group. That's those fanatics out there, and and they either don't have the money to game, or they just don't game. Like look, man, I love Post Up Like a Child. I don't pay child support for, but I just think it's some questionable shit that you can talk that much about gaming and ABK and all that other shit, and you got 2.5 hours of gameplay out there, motherfucker, and an accumulation of like 55 years. You got 2.5 minutes of game. If you ain't gaming on a regular basis, but you got that much to say about gaming, fuck out of here. There's cloud, there's a whole bunch of shit. Life, you know what I'm saying? That's different. There's a difference between people saying, well, I don't have the time to game, but y'all could do, like, there was one content creator that was like, I had a game to play, but instead of playing, and somebody gave me a game code to review this game, but instead of playing a game, which is at the center of what we're doing, I sat here and worried about Xbox, and I want to get on the mic and talk to y'all about Xbox. See, that's suspect shit right there. So I'm with you 100% there about people that do that shit. But I'm talking about there's legitimate people, and this guy, he don't be on Twitter. He was just sitting there listening to me in the office. He don't be on Twitter. He don't really read IGN like that. Like everybody don't do what we do. Like we're the more, they look at us like the fanatics. We're the more fanatical wing of the gamers. There are people, like there's this other guy, I'll just call him Jay. He was a serious gamer. He would always be in my gaming discussions. I'd be like, dude, listen to this podcast, or dude, I make this content. And he would look at me like I was fucking crazy. Like, dude, I don't do that shit. I just play the fucking games. Like you can listen to, I don't, he said, I might go on IGN every now and again just to see what's coming out. I don't fuck, it's like, it's not that serious to me. I just want, if I'm going to spend my time anything game related, I'm going to game. So we got to understand that there's a lot of gamers out there, I would even say most, that don't do what we do, that just don't have the financial means to get a whole bunch of games because life hits them hard in the ass. So they got to make a choice. So those gamers that got to make a choice, if I got to make a choice with a box and I got to put $500 on it, and I saved, I traded in shit, traded in games, traded in my old shit, sold TV just to get that box, right? I'm gonna be bad as hell if the shit that I bought that box for is available somewhere else, because I could have just bought another box. I could have bought that other box that had that shit that I prefer and some. So that's what I say to people who say, but it's coming day and date to Game Pass, it shouldn't matter. No, get out. You got to get out of your own prism, and you got to be able to sympathize with other scenarios. Like I'm with y'all personally, to where if I was an Xbox fan, if Xbox games were hitting all like that, if I was an Xbox fan and Xbox games were coming to PlayStation, and I really didn't fuck with PlayStation, but I really fucked with Game Pass, I would be like, so I don't care. Like if Xbox, if xCloud was hitting like that and the games were hitting, I would be like, I mean, yeah, they're gonna look bad on Twitter, but I don't care. I still get to play their games first in Game Pass. That's if I cherish that. You know what I'm saying? So I get where y'all coming from, but you cannot break everyone's situation down like y'all's and say, oh no, don't worry about it. It doesn't work like that. That was a mouthful. Let me go to the chat and see what the chat is saying. He says, Kadesh, I'm poor, so I can only afford a PlayStation 4. I'm a PlayStation 5. Thanks, Phil. Says Paul Gay. See, but that's there are people like that they can only make one choice. And they got to make a sacrifice. PlayStation is competing with itself. Let's see, how are they making money in game sales when people abuse the hell out of it? Yeah, they're not making money. That was one of the things that Tim Dog revealed, and that we even look, man, as a business person, dude, look, let me just share a little bit with. I deal with numbers a lot. I deal with numbers. I got to analyze shit. I work on special projects, work with special programming and databases and shit like that. And I got to look over numbers with a fine tooth comb. Like I'm only allowed a 0.004 error rate with every line of data that I verify. 0.004. That's not 1%, not 0.4%. Not even 0.04%, 0.004% error rate. That being said, just crunching the numbers, it's not sustainable. And what Tim Dog said is like, you know, what is spawning these decisions is that Game Pass is on the borderline of that sustainability. Like I told you guys, by this time, if you crunch the numbers, Xbox would have been comfortable with at least 60 million. They just, if reports are right, they just crossed 30 million. They're not comfortable with that. Hold on one second. Xbox is not comfortable with that.
They made Reforged Gaming play Foam Star.
Oh, is yeah, man. Gamers. I mean, what was I saying? Holy cow. What was we just talking about? We were just talking about oh yeah, Game Pass. I'm sorry, I was stuffed up, and that's why I had to pause my mic. Y'all didn't want to hear that. That was nasty. It was as nasty as y'all making me play this fucking Foam Stars. But that's another story. Yeah, it's just not sustainable. There's too much money being shelled out to get these games in here. There's too much money being cannibalized for games that cost hundreds of millions of dollars to develop. There's too much money being doled out for the partnerships with EA and whoever else, Disney Plus or whoever is the flavor of the month. They did that to draw a certain user base. So then once they draw that certain user base, they can do a Netflix on your ass. Get y'all so used to it. Make it vital to how you interact with games, and then they can start slowly raising the price on you, right? But they can't. They were forecasting internally that they would have more by now, and that they do more by now. They would be able to raise that price by now. Why do you think a few years ago they just pulled the wool over your eye, or they tried to, in eradicating Xbox Live? And then there was an uproar, not as big as this one, but of a certain echelon back then. Remember when everybody was going ape shit back then? And then they closed it down and they went back to the drawing board. And now you have this Xbox Core or whatever. That's what is being rumored that they may do next week. That, okay, they heard the backlash. There's a lot of reputational risk that can hurt the greater Microsoft. We're going to say we've learned from this. It's not that severe. Calm down. I'm even hearing stupid shit like let me put up here on the screen real quick. I'm hearing stupid shit like Tim Stewart had bad comms. Like, come on, bro. Like, Jazz, like don't do that, bro. Tim Stewart's communication was perfect because he was talking to investors. It's just that Tim Stewart's message for the investors totally contradicted the communication that Xbox at the time was giving to its consumers. That's an Xbox marketing thing. Tim Stewart is not in marketing. His bad comms. Like, stop it. Like, don't do that, bro. That's why I said the duality of Jazz. You don't know who you're getting at every 5 minutes. I may not agree with Tim Dog. And that's my boy. That's my brother. I love Tim. Tim is the only one, even though we debate, y'all should see some of the shit we say to each other behind the scenes. We debate vigorously behind the scenes, call each other everything but the child of God. But Tim has never turned his back on me because I don't like Xbox. He may talk a lot of shit on me. Yo, you dumb motherfucker, you left us for Stadia. Look at that now. Like, he'll say some shit like that to me. But he's never he's never said I can't be your friend anymore, dude, or acted shady over fucking plastic. That's why I got the utmost respect for Tim. Now, I may not always agree with the capping and the over exaggerating and all that other shit. Like, he got to be held accountable for that and he got to answer to that. You know what I'm saying? But I can respect his approach now. Like, he ain't bullshit. He's not falling for the bullshit. He's not going to go back and cap like this. He's not calling it bad comms from Tim Stewart, trying to hold his place in the Xbox goodwill table. And what did he say? He said something earlier to the effects of, yeah, people are going to look silly or something like that after they hear what Microsoft got to say. Motherfucker, just 48 hours ago, you were the one talking about the best the best place to play PlayStation. I mean, Xbox games is on PlayStation or something. He said that Xbox is going to be a beta testing place for. You were the one that was going scorched earth with Tim. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's why I can't do this dude, man. I cannot do him. I can't do this fake fraudulent shit. One minute it's, oh, I don't give a fuck if I'm in their good graces, and then the next minute it's you're doing. There was no bad communication from Tim Stewart, and if their game plan is to try to pin this on Tim Stewart, that's some bullshit for your ass. And I'm glad to see there's people like Tim Dog and there's others who I haven't agreed with that I'm not that fond of. Now, I'm cool with Tim. I love Tim. But there's others I'm not fond of. I'm glad to see that on these spaces, these 7 to 14 hour crowd fest these motherfuckers was having. I'm glad to see, Cold Blood, that they're like, nah. If Microsoft tries to come with that placating and all this, and if they don't fully define what it is, and it's thoroughly denounces that we will not do this, we will not pursue this, I ain't trying to hear it. I'm glad there's creators now saying that.
But they're gonna walk it all back. Trust me.
Oh, the creator,
they always do. Yeah. Right now they're saying, if they do that, we're not gonna stand for it. But as soon as Phil just opens his mouth, oh my God, it's Phil, yes, baby, yes, you're so brave. Shit like that, bro. Shit like that.
Right here on my chin, Phil.
It's gonna go back to that. No, it's gonna go back to that. Don't trust these motherfuckers. Don't trust them at all. Never again.
Yeah. Right here on my chin, Phil. Right here.
They always say one thing. but mean a completely other thing.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm with you.
What they're saying right now is, we want to have clarity. But if Phil just talks out of his ass as he usually does, what's gonna happen? Oh, Phil, thank you. You told us what's up. Thank you. Even though he didn't tell you shit again, which is double talk.
Yeah. Well, they're on the record now, so even if they do try to backtrack, I feel like you're on the pulse of something, Cold-Blood. I feel like I'm not going to doubt what you're saying, and I feel like that, yeah, what you're saying is more likely to happen, more not so. Because
they're gonna lick his ass, bro.
Right here on my chin, Phil. Yeah, I don't doubt it. But here's what's gonna happen. I think they are going to look at him saying what he says, and then they're gonna see the Xbox excrete towel people that just want Phil to just throw a wad on them. They are going to go, see Phil Spencer, oh, he's the greatest, oh, he saved my life. No, I was having heart palpitations till he hit the stage. They're going to see those people. And you know what, those same content creators that were like, yeah, we're not going to go for this, you know what they're going to see? They're going to see cha-ching. And they'll be like, oh yeah, it's super chat time. Oh hell yeah, we gotta go live. Yeah. King Fresh and Porter Rock's anus has been destroyed. They're gonna go right back to that shit.
Boss.
They're gonna go right back to that shit. So, no, I doubt they're going to see. Look, these motherfuckers that are out here right now that are capping for Xbox, you've exposed yourselves. Now, y'all came out here and said, oh, yeah, Game Pass isn't sustainable. This and that. And all you've revealed yourself. It's on 14 hours of audio. You know what I'm saying? There's endless tweets. You have all exposed the fact that you knew that what you were saying was false. I've known this since. People have legitimately said, bro, I've known this since last year, but you've continued to make content that said otherwise. So you're not here for cascading factual information and exposing the ridiculousness of the ponies that are lying. You're here to placate and grift a user base for your own personal well-being. Anybody that has sold the bullshit that was being said about the console, then after games like Forza underperform or Starfield is at 30 frames per second, their only response is, yo, well, I guess I gotta get me a PC now. That's bullshit, because you've been selling your fucking audience all these years. Xbox is the greatest. Xbox is the best. The 4K 60, all that shit. They're not playing this time. And you've been talking to these people who I've just mentioned, who have to make a choice. Who can't just go and buy everything. You've been selling them to them that this was the box to pick. And they listened to you and they picked that box. And guess what the fuck happened now? Now you're going to take their super chat money and just go build a fucking PC or buy a PC, and they're stuck like Chuck. The only one I give a pass to is Tim, because that's my brother. The rest of y'all motherfuckers, I'm with Cold-Blood. I mean, you know, I'm glad to hear y'all say it, because now y'all are on the fucking record. Y'all are on the record. I'm glad to hear y'all say it because of that. But I'm with Cold-Blood. I don't trust you as far as I can throw y'all dumbasses. It's just a bunch of cockamamie bullcrap to me.
As soon as they hear one word about it's only Hi-Fi Rush and nothing else, bro, they're gonna go so off.
Yeah.
They be back to their fucking bot days.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Oh yeah. They'll go back. It'll be like See, Phil saved Xbox. Oh, thank you, Phil. That's all we needed. He saved the twice. He stood up. I heard Phil. I heard Phil went to Satya and said, "No, fuck that," and pushed him down the steps and forced Satya to backtrack. Said he'd fuck up his bald head shave the next time if he don't backtrack. It'll, you know why? Because those content creators will see, cha-ching, look at all these Xbox zealots out here going crazy. Yep, we're back to it. Let's go to the chat. That entertainment budget is real, says Shawnell. Shawnell says to own an Xbox and a PlayStation will run you $900 to $1,000 without a single game. See, the people got to make decisions. Then you have to get a 4K a 4K TV with 120 hertz to get the full experience from your boxes. Walton Throne says you don't need a 4K inch monitor coming out that can do. This is you don't need a 4K TV. LG have a 4K OLED 32-inch monitors coming out that can do 480 hertz. Living life is expensive as hell. 3 years ago, Sean says, I was living paycheck to pay, barely living paycheck to paycheck. That's why Stadia meant so much to me. Ron Slusher says, Amazon Luna's still going strong, baby. Somebody just joined. Who just joined? Oh man, I can't see it. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate it.
Someone from Kick was chatting.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Phil Spencer is going to be the scapegoat. No, Ron, no, it's not Phil Spencer. It is definitely not Phil Spencer. Like I said, just look at what I got on the screen. Just look at what I got on the screen, bro. Look at this. They're testing out this Tim Stewart. Nah, for sure. It started with Tim Stewart's bad comms. Can we blame ourselves? Okay, this is what this person said. Can we blame ourselves when this was at least true at some point in the last 2 to 3 months? Like they were planning this all out. I think it's fair people were worried. We invested a lot into Xbox. Oh, nah, for sure. Started with Tim Stewart's bad comms. Come on, bro. What was bad about his communication? He was talking to investors. Did he say something wrong to them? He said we don't have nothing to it. He said everything that was true to the investors. Wasn't bad comms. Stop. Y'all, they gotta stop with this bullshit. This is placating to Xbox to be on their good side when they go and backtrack from all this. So then y'all can again placate to the extreme wing, get your super chat money, get your clicks, and continue on your merry way. I at least give Tim Dog credit. Tim Dog is like, no. He's like, even if you do backtrack, like I can't trust you now. Geek to Sneak says, I'm copping for gaming. GFN is the best Stadia alternative. Yeah, GFN Stadia was better in the grand scale of what it was trying to do for gaming in entirety. But I think GFN understands the dynamic that we're in as far as gaming. Like Cold Blood rips on me constantly about me being the cloud gamer. Like everywhere, I'm in circles where most of the people that I interact with don't fuck with cloud gaming. And they attack me, you know what I'm saying? I got to defend myself. It's like, you know, that famous meme.
I'm not attacking you.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
I'm just clowning your ass.
I'm just joking. You know, I'm trying to get some sympathy points. You know what I'm saying? Help us in our Helldivers cause. You know, they attack me and shit. I'm sitting there crying on the toilet and shit, man. It's a hurtful feeling, man. Nah, but I'm in circles where people, you know, they don't fuck with cloud gaming, and because they don't mess with cloud gaming, I'm listening to what their reasonings are. I can't I can't relate to it because I'm more of a digger myself, and I'm more forward thinking, and I don't need a publication or something to tell me how something is. I'm gonna go discover for myself and validate it myself. But it's the way that they think. So because it's the way that they think and it's the preferences that they had, I sat there, Geek to Sneak, and I said, you know what? Even though they were doing a bunch of lying and they were making up a bunch of shit about Stadia, and even though that had a long-term systemic effect on it negatively, and even though I felt some type of way because there were gamers like Doc Dark, there were gamers that believed the lies. We showed that real time. We bought Doc Dark a Stadia unit right after he went and did a fucking video saying, yeah, Stadia is not up to par and all that. We said, bro, we got you. Got him a Stadia unit. He said, now, Moss, if I play this Stadia thing and I don't like it, I'm gonna tear it into shreds. You would have wasted the 130 for nothing. I said, bro, that's what you need to do. See, I'm not a Stadia bandwagon person. I am an enthusiast that want people to just simply try the experience. Because number one, I'm confident once you try it, you'll like it. And number two, if you don't like it, you letting Stadia know what the fuck is wrong is only going to make it better. That's what a real gamer does. A real gamer doesn't try to caveat your words and your feelings and try to dismiss them to make them feel a certain way, as long as it's authentic. If you authentically and factually know what's going on with the platform, you tried everything, like Cold Blood. He tried it, he didn't like it. He's like, fuck, it doesn't work in Germany. That's shit that they needed to hear. Or he gave his use case, it's stuff that he needed to hear. The same with GFN, he has issues with that. That's shit that they need to hear. That's why I never say Cold Blood, oh no, man. No, man, don't fuck up my partnership with GFN, man. You can't say, no, this is shit they need to hear. That's the difference between me and these zealots out here that try, oh, you're just to this and you're just to that. No, come one, come all. Just be factual. But we had Doc Dark do that. Doc did it, ended up liking it, but then ended up being very critical when they didn't do certain things as it related to games and performance. That's what they needed to hear if they were serious about the platform. But I don't want to get into Stadia, but I'm just saying, I'm just giving that as an example of why GFN understands it better. They want to hear what you have to say. Look, the GFN is a fucking beast, bro. I was playing Starfield 4K fucking 90 frames per second on Ultra. Go check out my videos. They look crisp and clean than a motherfucker. Way better than what I could do on a 3070. I got a 3070 card. All this RAM and all this shit. GFN ate that alive. Ate it alive. Check it out. Check out the streams that are on this channel.
Shout out to the 20 people in here.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to the 20 people that are here.
Yeah. We had 22 people actually.
Awesome stuff.
At one point. Yeah.
They ate it. GFN eats it alive. But I'm not going to sit there and do what I did with Stadia. What I did with Stadia was, even though the approaches were not based on fact, I didn't talk to the gamers in a sympathetic tone. It's silly and it's stupid in a lot of ways to just go off of what you're told and not research it. But that's just the way of the world. I learned from that. So instead of, oh yeah, you're just only clowning Stadia because of this, that, and the other, you're stupid, dumb, I've learned. I get where you're coming from. I understand the concern. I understand your personal choices. Here, can I show you something? Let me show you this. I am telling you, in the time that I've been partnering with GFN and working with them, and they've been working with me and all this other stuff, I have had more content creators and gamers come to me wanting access to GeForce Now, loving it, and actually saying this is going to be part of my gaming portfolio than I did with Stadia. in about a quarter of the time. Y'all saw it live on, it's public. Wooly Gaming, Odie, fucking Ginger Prime, J-Dub the other day was like, yo, they were talking about GFN and he wrote me into the conversation. Him and Ginger Prime were talking about GFN is fucking awesome. Who else?
Wait. The Ginger Prime, the Phil Spencer.
Yeah. Phil Spencer. Right here on my chest, Phil. Yes, that Ginger Prime.
Oh,
right here on my bare chest, Phil. On my bare chest. Now, shout out to Ginger Prime. that moment was a little special, Ginger, but shout out to you, brother. Yes, that Ginger Prime. Fucking Jay Fonzarelli, who bro used to give me fits about. He would act like, dude, why are you supporting the Stadia? This cloud gaming thing is a bust, right? And I would go back and forth with him, and then I could tell Jay was like, nah, man, I'm not even gonna get into it with this dude over Stadia or over cloud gaming. He's too much into this, right? Even me, I sent him gave him Dawn's contact information. He was interested. He's asking questions. See, the reason why I'm saying this is because for my PC and my cloud gaming brethren, I'm gonna say this again. When you're in Rome, you got to do as the Romans do. It's a famous saying. Meaning, I get that there's frictionless gaming and you don't need a hard drive. You ain't got to wait for patches. That is not a concern to a dedicated console gamer. Go ahead. Were you about to say something, Cold Blood?
No, I just wanted to address Sean L's comment. He says, I need you to partner with Sony so I can get a PS5 in a raffle. The easier way would be if we get monetized.
Yeah. Yep.
At some point we could do a giveaway of a PlayStation.
I gave away. I did something stupid a long time ago. I'll never do it that way again. But no, that is our goal. Cold Blood is 1,000% right. That is our goal. To get to that point, I do want to give away a PlayStation. I would love to give away Xboxes as well. Earlier on, when we were trying to really push PNTS Network, I gave away a PlayStation, PS4. No, PlayStation 4 Pro I gave away. And I didn't have the requirements as I should have because I think we only got like 2 people in the Discord from it. So yeah, we're gonna work on something definitively. We're gonna have something, and the best way is for us to get monetized. What does it mean to get monetized? A lot of you that are watching right now may be new. Do us a solid, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you a thing. You know what I'm saying? Just hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Do us a huge favor. If you do that, get us to 1,000. We already over the hump, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? But GFN is a great platform, an excellent platform, and that's why I had suggested to people, if you're truly upset about the dynamic because you're not really a Game Pass gamer, you don't really fuck with Game Pass like that, and like I said, the estimates that we have access to show that a good portion of Xbox gamers, if not at least half, if not even more, don't have Game Pass. If that's the case, then saying, oh, well, don't worry about it, these games are coming day and date to Game Pass, that doesn't mean nothing to them. And to know that, okay, I scraped up just $500, I prefer Xbox games. I mean, I do like Nintendo games. I do like PlayStation games, but man, but I prefer Xbox. Whoa, what a tough decision, but I'm rolling with Xbox. To come to find out that shit is now going to be over there, so you could have the best of both worlds. You could have spent the $500 on PlayStation and got the PlayStation and Xbox. That's why people were upset. You got to get out of your own box. And that's why I had suggested to people, go ahead and get a PlayStation and then just get GFN Now as a backup Because you on GFN now, you can play Game Pass. This is another thing that I understand too, for those that the Game Pass enthusiasts. And I can see a civil war coming out of this, because there are the Game Pass purists and there are the console purists that have been taking shots at each other within the Xbox community. For my Game Pass purist people, which is fine. It's okay. It's all right. You game how you game. Don't be mad at me and others who suggest getting another console. If you tell us, if you try to underscore the theory, well, the console doesn't matter to Xbox. If the console don't matter to Xbox, then why should they keep the Xbox console? If they can get the Xbox games and the PlayStation games somewhere else, isn't Xbox still getting paid? Can't you still play Game Pass through the cloud, right? So why are y'all still hard? Why are you Game Pass purists so hard bent on? Oh no! Don't tell people to sell their Xbox. Selling their Xbox doesn't mean anything. If they can still access Game Pass through the cloud, through the whatever, it's all about Game Pass. It's not about the box, right? See, you're having that clash too. You're having a clash between the console purists and the Game Pass purists. And I don't think the Game Pass purists is looking at this from 5,000 feet. Y'all can't have it both ways. You can't say it's not about the box, it's about Game Pass, but then get mad when people sell the box. If they sell the box, they can still access Game Pass. They just want the biggest bang for their buck. So if I'm going to spend a collective $500 and I was on the fence, I might as well spend it on the thing that gives me access to the most, right? Why wouldn't you want that? If you believe in the Phil Spencer, gaming is better when we all can game. Why wouldn't you want me to have access to more? I'm going to have access to the PlayStation games and the Xbox games, a la carte, if I'm just an a la carte gamer. But if I'm a Game Pass gamer, even if I sell the box, I can have access through xCloud, right? I can have access to GFN. Why wouldn't you want that? Y'all can't have it both ways. And this is where I think this is like a crossroads. Too many times, and I was guilty of it too, too many times we talk at each other and we don't talk to each other. There is no sympathy for an individual's consumer case. You got to look at that consumer case and say, you know what? Well, if I don't relate, because I don't fall into that category, but if you do, here's an option for you. So yeah, Game Pass purists, y'all can't have it both ways. If the box don't matter, if it's about the subscription service, if it makes sense that Xbox is going beyond the box, then if people want to sell the box and get access to the PlayStation games because they need the box for the PlayStation games and they want to access Game Pass elsewhere, let them. Who cares? Why are you in an uproar about that? See, because you know that the box matters. You know it matters. But you're out here arguing that it doesn't. Think about that. I'll go back to the chat. So does that mean I get on my Alexander the Great? Sean else, get two jobs, Sean L. Game Pass equals trash as Devil Shooter. As a PC gamer, Devil Shooter as well to an extent. I don't mind PC Game Pass. I mean, what do you feel about Game Pass, Cold Blood?
Radash.
What'd you say?
Trash. That's what I say.
Oh, trash.
Absolute dog shit.
Oh, damn. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it.
I mean, right now with Pal World as the number one game.
Yeah.
My God.
Okay.
Hell no.
But for those of you that are just tuning in, that are new to the channel, I'm gonna say this. that it seems like that all of the rumor and the speculation that got us into an uproar the other day or over the weekend and really came to a head yesterday from all the information that's public out there. It seems like that they're going to backtrack from that. It seems like that they are not going to pursue it. So because of that, it might just be one particular game that's going to go over, and they're going to halt those plans for anything else coming over. That doesn't mean that the stuff that we were hearing about Game Pass, games like Call of Duty possibly not coming day and date to the service, and Game Pass being heavily ratified or whatever, that doesn't mean that those things aren't still on the table. I think the thing that isn't on the table at the moment are the suite of games that they were going to start negotiating and green lighting to go over to PlayStation 5. I think that's been put on hold. Enough reputational risk has been created and caused to where it seems like that Microsoft, even those that really wanted to push this, and we got to get our coin back, they're backtracking from that. So let this be a testament that when you raise your voice, you can make some sort of difference. And hopefully people will be more persistent about this. Like I really want Xbox to start making better games.
I was just about to say, why they never open their mouth when the fucking games are dog shit?
Yeah. And that,
why is it only when these dog shit games go over to another platform it's a fucking problem?
Because a lot of these zealots out here that are they're anti PlayStation more than they are pro Xbox. Like if Phil was porting these games to the Switch, I don't think there would be an uproar like this. There would be some, but it wouldn't be this bad. Like if Microsoft was planning to put all these games on the Switch, it wouldn't be that bad. But but a lot of these people that are on the internet that do all this zealotry work, it's not that they're so much pro Xbox, they are anti PlayStation. I know because I was in the conversations with them. I used to be in the DMs with them, and they literally hate PlayStation like PlayStation fucked their side chick. That's the way that they act. They act like PlayStation walked up to the to the girl they was creeping with and said, "No, now she's mine." And I think that is where they draw the line. They don't draw the line at quality. And they don't draw the line at quality because Cold Blood, a lot of them also have been brainwashed. And again, you can only be brainwashed as an adult if you want to belong instead of be informed. But they've been brainwashed into believing that PlayStation games aren't actually good, that the industry has something against Xbox, and that Marvel Spider-Man 2 isn't really good. God of War isn't really good. Horizon Forbidden West really isn't good. And so on. And so Grand Blue Fantasy isn't that good, even though it's at 100,000+ users on Steam. You know what I'm saying? These games really aren't that good. That's, that there's these games aren't better than Starfield. Starfield is excellent. Starfield is what gaming is all about. They've been brainwashed to believe that. I was brainwashed to believe that. Well, I don't want to say brainwashed. I was ill-conceived. I wasn't brainwashed because I will be honest, and I stand by this to this day. And me and Cold Blood don't agree on this, but I personally don't feel that the PlayStation games, their first party games and stuff started getting good until God of War 2018. I did not like Horizon Zero Dawn. I did not like the Uncharted games except for 2, and I like that. Yeah, I felt like Uncharted 2 was overrated. That's just my opinion. I was not a big fan of the PlayStation games. I just felt like there was AI issues. There were game loop issues, level design. That's me. I never liked the only Killzone. I love Killzone 1. I loved it. All the other Killzones, couldn't stand them. And so, you know, what was that? The Infamous games. I thought they were okay at first, but then they got real boring and repetitive very easily. Though I stand by that. But something happened in my mind with God of War 2018. Like it's like they aged the wine to a perfect.
No, Sea of Thieves happened.
What's that happen, bro? Well, yeah, see, I remember, that's a funny story. I remember, and shout out to the real Master, man. I love you, bro. But there was some cold hard capping with this one. And shout out to King's Blood too. I love you too, bro. But y'all was capping on this shit, man. I was like, man, like Z, man, fuck this water. Sea of Thieves first came out. And Master was like, yeah, man, this, I mean, you gotta get drunk. When you get drunk with your friends and shit, man, and you play Sea of Thieves, you're gonna love this shit, man. I said, hold on, you gotta get drunk? I gotta get some old E to play a motherfucking video game? Yeah, when you get drunk with your friends and shit, man. Yeah, man. You on the brink of alcohol poisoning, man. This shit gets real fun, man. Start seeing unicorns and shit. I was like, all right. I was like, all right, man. King's Blood in there. Yeah, man. Yeah, this shit is. They on the boat. The boat is swaying back and forth. Whoa! Oh shit! Oh man, yeah. They trying to take on treasure chest, King Blood and shit. Yeah, man. I said, hey yo, I'm talking to Z. I'm like, Z, what is going on here, bro? I can't hack this shit. I said, I'm out. Hey Mars, King Blood. Hey Mars, man, turn the ship, man. What you doing? Whoa! I say, hey yo, Z, I'm the
black pigs or some shit.
Yeah, the black. Yeah, man, we gotta get these black pigs. Hey yo, Mars, we gotta get these black pigs. Whoa! I said, hey yo, Z, get me the fuck out of here, bro. Beat me out of here, Scotty. I'm not doing this shit. Man, man, in the back. I said, yo, y'all got this. And that's what I was like, yo, we capping for this. Like, we capping for this, bro. Like this is where the bulwark of our of the Xbox effort is going into. Like, not, and y'all remember, even back then there was some rumors surfacing here and there that Microsoft was contemplating about putting Sea of Thieves on PlayStation. Remember that? But that was killed quick. So this has always been fumigating in the air. I'm glad there are some people that are standing up now just saying you can't just use the typical ambiguous lines and sell us on this shit now. But yeah, man. Shout out to King's Blood. That's my bro. He hear that, he gonna get me, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Keep drinking that old E, motherfucker, till you stumble. Then it gets fun, man. You start seeing codes and shit, man. We gotta get this black pig. I'm like, yo. I'm like, yo, bro, this is not my hack. I can't hack this. Yo. Oh man, that
always sounded like a woman to me.
Man, so y'all need to stop. That's my brother, man. He had a high pitched intellectual pimp voice, man. It's my bro, Maz. Slap the shit out of you, man. That's my bro, Maz, man. Those was good times. Those was good times, man. Those was definitely good times. Yeah, and I feel bad because I remember I was just thinking about this the other day. I remember because they would always get mad at me. They'd be like, "Mosh, you don't play any games with us," and I was like, "Y'all play shit I don't play. Like I don't play Gears, I don't play Call of Duty, I play Division 2 though." And I play, I gave him some of the shit that I play, and King's Blood was like, "All right, I'll boot up some Division 2 with you," and then he never booted it up with me. And one day, Mass was like, "Hey man, let's play some Deathwing, Warhammer Deathwing," and he bought it. He bought it just to play it with me. Like, man, I ain't into this shit, man, but I'll play it with you. Come, all right, man. And then my wife called me and was like, yeah, you need to get out of that office. You need to get the fuck out of there. We got shit to do. And I'm like, oh, hey, Mass, I'll be back in like 15 minutes. And that was like, and I never played the game with him. I hope he returned it. I felt bad for that one, bro. But yeah, those were some good times, man. Some good comical times. My brother's over there, Triple B. Yeah, man. Can't beat that with a stick. But yeah, when that Sea of Thieves came out, I was like, yo, nah, man. I can't do this. I can't. Y'all got this shit, bro. And then like I said, like you know, like we saying, Cole, but I look like, hold on. These motherfuckers is over here making God of War. This is what they selling on. This is what they sitting on. This is what they riding on. This is the business they standing on. And we over here, well, hey, yo, Mars, yo, turn that shit 60 degrees to the right. Whoa. This is what we making over here? Oh, hell no. I'm out. That's what I really started saying. I got to find places to go. The first thing we tried to do, and I'm snitching on everybody now, was me. I hope they don't mind me doing this, but it's entertainment. Y'all just, you know, just send me the check, send me the invoice later. It was me. So me, J-Dub, Noah, and Neethles. We said, man, fuck this shit, man. Everything's coming to PC. PC is the place to go. So we all went and built these PCs, and this is when Anthem was coming out. And we was like, yo, we want 60 frames per second. That we all bought the Xbox One X. The Xbox One X is still doing 30. Yo, Anthem is only gonna be 30 on the console, bro. When I'm flying through the air in my Mac, man, I want to see the jet streams. We want it in 60. And y'all know the story about Anthem. We ended up building our PCs for Anthem. Like we was gonna be the PC boy. Like we was gonna be PCMR. And y'all saw how that worked out with Anthem. That killed those hopes. We disbanded like a motherfucker, man. Oh man, that was a funny moment too. I think Noah has that stream on his channel when we was playing that game. That's why I said. And then what we learned too, because we all didn't like. You know, J-Dub is loaded, so J-Dub, he had the best card, the best graphics, this and that, and processor. The rest of us, we penny pinching. You know, oh, I got a 1070 Ti. What you got? Oh, I got the 96, 960. We penny pinching. J-Dub got the latest 2070, all that stuff, right? Or no, 2080. And we're sitting there trying to tweak our settings because we're not quite getting 60. And then we realized that we got to bump it down to 1080 in order to get close to 60 sometimes, or hover above 50. When you have a game that's optimized for a console, you ain't got to worry about all that. And that's why I was saying today and the other day, Devil Shooter, I'm with you. I believe, and I think Cold Blood agrees to this to a certain extent. PC is the best gaming experience. If you have, but there's a huge caveat, if you have the finances and the patience for it. Like if you got the finances to get the best of the best, then you good to go. But if you don't have the finances and you got a penny pinch, then you got to have the patience, because you got to do a lot of tweaking. And a casual or the average console gamer, they don't have that patience. They just want to pop the disc in, hit start, and get ready. That's it. So, all right. With that said, we like over 2 hours. Let me get Cold Blood. You still got to roll? Can we get some foam stars in or what? Oh, he stepped away for a minute. All right, I'm gonna try. Let's try to do some foam stars. Let me do this. I'm gonna put this in here. Now let me set up the stream right now. Let me go to. I'm gonna do this in here, and then we're gonna roll out and see if anybody has any questions. Let me switch this real quick. Switch account. Cause yeah, I'm playing with Cold Blood. I'm not playing with nobody else. I mean, if somebody else hops in and like, yo, you want to play some Foam Stars? That's what's up. I'll do that. But I'm not just playing with random grown ass men foaming them and shit. No, we ain't doing that, puppy.
I have to go to work exactly now.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right, bro. Well, that's all right. There ain't no Foam Stars. All right. Well, we'll do it later then, man. Woo. Okay. No, I'm just checking.
Tomorrow, the same time.
Okay.
Get ready, everybody. Get ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
This is gonna be the funniest stream you saw in a while.
Yeah. All right, then what I'll do is all right, peace out, bro. What I'll do is I'll do like an hour and a half of some Grand Blue Fantasy. Y'all want to see some Grand Blue? Yeah, let's do some Grand Blue Fantasy, and we could pop spit and talk some more shit over there. But I hope y'all enjoyed today's show. Again, if you could opine, hit us up. We trying to hit that Helldivers 2. I'm trying to get a copy for me and my bro. And if you want to help us out, you know, the links are in the chat. Definitely. Me and my bro could play some Helldivers 2. I think that would be great. If y'all don't understand what I'm talking about, check out the Remnant 2 streams on here, man. We had a blast playing that game. So let me do this. Let me go. No, I don't want to switch account. I want to go live. We're gonna go live. We're gonna do some more schedule a stream. Yeah, fast. This is gonna be episode number 3. I'm at this boss battle. This boss was kicking my ass, but I might have to switch my character and all that shit. What I'll do tomorrow is I'm gonna get up early tomorrow and I'm gonna stream over here. Let me put this out here too. Twitch.tv.
Sean, I ask that almost every time. How the fuck is he dying in this game? In the beginning, it's almost impossible.
I died the one time. You know what? I think I didn't power up my guy enough. I think that's why I'm dying in this boss fight. And I only died once. Oh, no. I'm lying, because I can't. Most of my deaths are from me over jumping into holes, falling into holes. And the reason why I keep doing that is the game is kind of ashy looking on the performance mode. So I brought down the brightness. And when you do that, it's hard for you to see shit when you're in dark areas. Like, so the spaceship thing, I died because I was being greedy. I wanted to make sure that I got all the treasure off the boat, and I didn't get off the boat in enough time. And then the other times when I was in the cave, I died. But this time when I died during the boss fight, I just think my defense isn't high enough and my attack isn't high enough. And I purposely didn't power up my main character because everybody is urging me to use somebody else. So I'm about to go get another character, and then I'm gonna go full steam ahead on this boss battle. So I'm setting up the stream right now. Oh, what time is it? I'm gonna say 12:45. Okay. Let's do 12:50. All right, and then done. All right, so now we got the stream. So just give me about like 10 minutes, y'all. Here, I'm putting the link to the stream. And also, this is our channel on Twitch where I might go and do. But here's Grand Blue Fantasy game stream right after this. All right. And here goes the link to the game stream. So definitely, if you're not following us there, go ahead and make sure that you follow us. Go live. Oh. No, I can't go live. What the fuck are they talking about? All right, so yeah, we're gonna go live over here. So join us and we're gonna have a blast. So I really appreciate all y'all coming through. Oh shit. Ain't that a bitch? I never turned off the stream. Ain't that something? I never turned off the stream from yesterday. That's some crazy shit. Okay, I was wondering why it said. Well, no, I want to leave that on then. Fuck it. I definitely want to leave that on. So that makes it even easier for me. Let me turn my PlayStation on. There we go. All right, y'all. I will see y'all over there. We will join y'all in a couple minutes, but until next time, y'all have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.